Dee, how would you prioritize police resources?
Thank you for that question as well, Carol. First of all, the police, any agency that serves the people has to come down to how they interact with the people and the goals of the agency. Is it to protect and serve, and who is it going to protect and serve? When we look at the data, and we've amalgamated and added to a database that the state of North Carolina mandates all police departments that service populations over 10,000. They mandate that each department, police department, or law enforcement agency shall turn in on a regular basis all traffic stop data. Well, traffic stops are usually the primary way that folks encounter their police department. So we wanted a logical starting point, and since that data is available and is mandated and then reported on a regular basis, we thought utilizing that data, we could see the windows to the soul of our own Asheville Police Department. The resources that are deployed now, especially as it pertains to traffic stops, look like they're deployed in pursuit of regulatory stops. Stops with crooked tags, expired tags, light bulbs out, various other sundry things that have nothing to do with safety. So you've got a resource, which is an officer out there enforcing things that are, first of all, non-safety related, and then based on further data, we see where black drivers are stopped at over 2 times or 200% more than white drivers. So you look at how that officer is being utilized or deployed, and then you take a step back and you go, well, for this to happen, then what is this officer imbued with? What are the policies and procedures that they're educated with? What state of mind, what type of training? Have they been properly trained? Have they been properly charged? What is the philosophy of upper management? What is the philosophy of the city manager? What is the philosophy of city council? It goes all the way to the top. And then what we see out there on the street is a culmination of all of that, believe it or not. So from what I've seen, it looks like number one thing is we take that resource called a patrolman or an officer, and that patrolman enforces regulatory stops, pulls over black drivers more. Then sometimes that escalates into a search. Then sometimes that search, despite the fact that there's not a great big hit rate, devolves into a use of force that might devolve into a loss of life or a bodily injury. So to answer your question and encapsulate it, we have to make sure that that resource serves the community in the highest and best way. And so I'm not seeing community policing. That's the way I would really want to see it used, rather than that thin blue line and an us versus them mentality, an occupational mentality. Thank you for the question, Gary.
Would you advocate for set-asides for minority businesses?
Thank you for the question, Linda. First of all, set-asides are illegal, as evidenced by the case of Richmond versus Croson. There can only be what we call good faith efforts. Now, there are ways to work to get contracts, but the thing of it is that set-asides are illegal. So what do we mean by good faith efforts? It means that every person in City Hall that's in charge of contracting and procurement understands that it is a goal of the city to include minority businesses in all opportunities. Then the other part of that is allowing or teaching minority businesses that those portals are open and available for them. So we have to have a proper atmosphere for that, and expectations of staff, each department head or procurement or contracting officer, that yes, they are interested and they are responsible for, and they must comply with that good faith effort, because after all, the city's going to spend $300,000 for a disparity study that sets those goals programs up. One of the things that we looked at a long time ago when we wrote, and I should say that I was charged with that task when I worked as a development officer with the Eastern Band of Cherokees. We wrote the program for the city of Asheville and Buncombe County Minority Business Program and also for women, is that we talked about tying to each procurement officials or responsible official a key performance goal that they would be accountable in their evaluation, their professional evaluation for raises, etc., how well they had met those goals. Maybe some semblance of that, but one of the things that City Council must be absolutely cognizant of, and also needs to set up a mechanism for regular reporting back as to how they're doing in achieving those goals. One of the things that we will be doing as citizens, and we've set that process up with Code for Asheville and Code for America, is that we are compiling data every quarter on the city's performance in all areas, in Buncombe County as well, of how their contracting goals are going with minority businesses. And we will be holding the city accountable every quarter. So we've got some mechanisms out there to make sure as well through citizen engagement. Thank you.